Remembering to take care of ourselves shouldn't be another source of stress. CBD is something I use to help with managing my stress and mental clarity. It's a good option to aid you in feeling better without having to change too much in your normal routine. And our sponsor, Caliper, has a great way to consume CBD. Caliper CBD powder is completely tasteless and mixes easily in any food or drink. I'm a big fan of Caliper CBD powder because not only is it THC-free, it's an easy addition to my usual morning vitamins. I just stir it into my orange juice in the morning and continue with my day. I don't have to go out of my way to help ease my stress. Plus, it's clinically proven that you absorb 450% more CBD with Caliper CBD powder compared to tinctures. That's pretty amazing. Get 20% off your first order when you use promo code SCARY at trycaliper.com/scary. You can try Caliper CBD risk-free for 30 days. If you don't love it, they'll give you a full refund.
Hey, I'm Markeia. Want to hear something scary?
Spring-heeled Jack. Crawling out of the folklore of Victorian England comes a gentleman demon who tells us of his vicious deeds and fearsome, expanding appetite. There are those who deny my presence in the night. Averting their eyes, they hurry past as I snake through the alley over the hisses of cats. They believe 'tis but a shadow or a thief, and not the horror known as Spring-heeled Jack. Among the stalkers of those who stay out too long past wandering hours, I feed on the streets of London. The muggers and other lesser monsters make it easy to blend in. A wicked demon in wolf's clothing with an appetite to match. My sights now turn to the sleeping children who don't know the better of my shadow. As I hop from rooftop to rooftop, they think of me as Pan and not a devil man. When the clock strikes midnight, I ascend and seek out the most neglected of children to coax to come close. Open the window and reach out to Spring-heeled Jack. That's when I snatch. I dig my claws into their bedclothes and off we go. Their siblings cry in the distance when they stir much too late. In my lair, their fear feeds the maniacal monster within. The more they cry for mummy, the clearer my hearing gets. The more their eyes widen, the sharper my teeth get. It's feeding time for Spring-heeled Jack. Souls shucked out of their small bodies, tiny bones now perfect toothpicks in a pile. These foolish children thought me a lost boy and not the crocodile. No fairy tale found, just a nightmare. Erased from existence, the missing children's copied faces plaster the London streets. Whistling in my gentleman form, I spy familiar faces who were my breakfast, lunch, and dinner mere days before. Once a drunk looked at the posters and looked at me and dared point. It's him, Spring-heeled. With the slightest effort of my shadow-like claw, I slit the man's throat. And in an instant, he was on the ground, flopping like a fish out of the sea. Blood trickled down the cobblestone gutter as he gasped for breath. The scent of alcohol in his blood wafted into the night air. To waste not, I drained him. Not anyone was aware. Reports of my presence started to appear in murals on the streets in early November. And painted over the posters of the missing, my name was writ, killed by Spring-heeled Jack. The scent of the paint was fresh, so I followed it and saw a small hooded child run away, dropping their paint can. There was anger in the air and fear, and delicious fear. A chase would promise a sweet reward in the end, so I pursued. In the alley, I pulled back my human form and scaled walls with hooked claws, tearing into bricks and gaining on the child. From above, I circled, extending my wings, hooking into their back. A shriek sounded from the small form. Into the vastness of the sky spread the wings of Spring-heeled Jack. I discarded the unconscious body into a cage, but as I walked away, I heard a gasp. Perry, said a voice from the corner. The other small child had awakened, and that's when I realized the plot. The child wanted to be taken. Oh yes, I could see it. Last night, one of the children who woke up too late to stop me. Oh, what a valiant effort, but so futile. In truth, I was the clear winner. 2 meals in one for me, and their fear of not making it out alive made me stronger. With sheer glee, I stepped between them, and the eldest stepped in front of me. Take me instead. Either one seeing the other die was enough for me to get quite a satisfying meal, so I shrugged. Suit yourself. Perry braced himself as the monster grabbed a hold of him. He'd been planning this since his sister was taken. He was terrified, and that only seemed to make the creature stronger. He had a surprise, though. Hidden inside his hoodie, all he had to do was strike the match. The monster paused with a puzzled look. He could smell the gunpowder of the firework Perry had hidden, but it was too late. The match was struck, and the very short fuse was now lit. Perry shoved the explosive into the demon's gaping mouth and screamed, "You have been bested! This is the end of Spring-Heeled Jack!" The boy jumped free and grabbed his sister by the hand and ran. He stole a look back just in time to see the colorful explosion of the monster's head. Perry's plan had worked. He'd saved his sister and countless other children from Spring-Heeled Jack. Now, there's no killing me. There's only a slight delay. It may take time, years to put myself back together, but they will pay. My shadow will rise to hunt the children and the grandchildren of those who sought to stop Spring-Heeled Jack. For Spring-Heeled Jack is forever and ever. I'll be back.
In horror movies, we get frustrated with characters that keep repeating the same mistakes without realizing that there's another way to accomplish something. That's probably because we want to be more aware of actions like that in our own lives. The sponsor BetterHelp is an option for when you want a licensed professional counselor, someone else to talk to besides family and friends. What I like about BetterHelp is the privacy and anonymity. It's a safe and private online environment, and it's as anonymous as I would like for it to be. My counselor responds in a timely manner to any messages I send her, and the weekly live session is a good way to get a different viewpoint on events that occurred throughout my week. The service is available worldwide. Over 1 million people have signed up, and you can start communicating in under 24 hours. In fact, so many people have been using BetterHelp that they are recruiting additional counselors in all 50 states. I want you to start living a happier life today. As a listener, you'll get 10% off your first month by visiting betterhelp.com/scary. Join over 1 million people taking charge of their mental health.
Want more Something Scary? You can hear more stories over on the Something Scary podcast, available for free on Apple Podcasts or wherever you listen to your favorite shows. The links are in the description below. Thank you to all our patrons. While we do run a limited amount of ads, the show would not be possible without your support. If you'd like to submit a story, send me an email at somethingscary@snarled.com. Like and share this video if it gave you the chills. And don't forget to subscribe to Snarled and turn on the bell for notifications. And if you dare, follow me on social media. Until next time, my dark darlings, sweet dreams.